zone is every night from 7 to 9, and it's next to Lake Loretta. So bring the kids over, and here we go. We're going racing now.
Yamaha rider. Oh, is that Colin Allen perhaps on the 35 machine? He might have gotten it. It is the EBR rocket ship out of North Carolina. It is the Cookie Monster, Colin Allen. Evan Ferry in the number 2 spot. Logan Best right there in the mix as well. The boys, all the boys, the top runners are in the house. Let's see what Colin Allen can do with clear track. There's Evan Ferry working on him already. Allen, Ferry, Best. Landon Peppard is 4th. We don't need no scoring, man. We got this. Colin Allen out of Texas by way of North Carolina now. Your leader, Evan Ferry, on that Husqvarna on the 75 machine right there, locked in. Evan's a magician on these 125s. He posts about 19 videos a day, so I know exactly what he's doing, how much training he's doing. There's the 51. That's probably the fastest kid in the class. Finesse is remarkable on this 125 bike, guys. You'll watch him. He is tough to beat. Oh, yeah. Allen, something happened. Gives up the ghost. He'll drop back in the number 2 spot, and that gives Finesse a quick little pass here. Now he's going to go to work on Ferry. He's been wanting a piece of him. They don't get a chance to match up very often.
Exactly.
He's tucked in down there in Florida. Finesse is way away from there, and we are going racing now. Can't run now. We're going to do some battling here.
Neutral ground right now, Kevin Kelly. And this is what the whole idea is. Nobody's on their home turf. Nobody races this track during the year, and no matter what you do at home, doesn't mean a thing down here at the ranch.
Finesse trying to run down Ferry. Allen in the number 3 spot, the 95, I believe that's who I'm looking at. That's Logan Best. So it's Yamaha's best against Husqvarna's best against KTM's best. They're all there. And where's Landon Peppard on that number 37 machine out of Alaska? The Fox Orange Brigade ride. Right now, Timmy Ferry is making hay while that Tennessee sun shines right all over him. There is a great shot of Finesse.
He was showing a lot of finesse right there. He brought that thing right through there, drifting it. Yeah, drifting it on the wheel. Rear wheels, he come through there.
So Willott in the number 5 spot. It's Steven 6, Donovan Hansen 7, Landon Hartz 8. Crockett Myers, one of the fastest riders yesterday, laid down the best lap time, I believe, in this practice. He's got Peppard right behind him.
Noah Smearden in that 11th spot. Bryce Shelley. Wow, what's that tell you right now?
A bunch of studs there.
This one's going to be a slug fest, man, all the way to the end.
So Allen trying to hold it together and keep his Yamaha teammate behind him. The Blue Crew riders running 3rd and 4th. There's Colin Allen on the 35 machine. Logan Best right behind him.
Logan Best, we've kept our eye on him all through the season. Early in the spring, through the regionals, through the areas, putting in fine performances. He posts a lot of social media as well. Been keeping up with him, expecting good performances out of him, and he's delivering here today.
Hey, and you know Evan Ferry, that's all he's heard is, oh man, Mark Finesse, he's been doing work, he's doing this, he's doing that. He goes all the way to Mammoth and does work out there. The kid's everywhere, and he's like, all right, we'll see you at the ranch. That's where I'm going to meet you there.
And you know, he likes that stuff. I noticed at Mini O's and stuff, I mean, he called out a couple guys himself, Ferry. He goes, hey, these guys are talking trash, but nobody's brought it yet. And the evening show with Wes Kane and I, Evan Ferry sat right there, Danger Boy on the stage. Evan Ferry said, everybody does a lot of talking, but not a lot of riding. Well, that's what he said, basically. It's basically what he said.
I like it. So and Logan Best has gotten around.
we encourage
Colin
that.
Allen moves back to the number 4 spot. Finesse starting to get a little ragged right now. The feet are off the pegs, trying to go after the number 75. And that's one thing we don't normally say about Evan Ferry. He is calm, cool, and collected. Always in control, great form. Obviously looks like his dad when he's riding. It's really, really shocking how similar they ride. So there is the 35 of Allen, now starting to get some pressure from Jeremiah Willott on that 17 KTM. All the while, almost 2 seconds separate Evan Ferry and Mark Finesse. A 157 for the both of them.
Wow.
Similar lap times for sure. And Evan Ferry, the one thing I can say about Evan, if you've watched him enough to know he is always in control. He looks great on the motorcycle.
Yeah, and there's never a reason for him to cross the line. You know, a lot of riders will hang it out. We talk about crossing the line to make the pass or bring it. There's never any reason for him to do that. The pace is normally there. If we're gonna pass for position, he has enough technique. He can find that place to do that without making a risk of it, without having to cross that line, as we say.
There he goes. He will jump the big infield triple, if you will. It's not even a triple, but they're making it one.
And he's always in the right position.
He stretched that lead out, I believe, just a little bit. These are sprint laps, you are right, by Evan Ferry.
You never see the bike really kick out from under him, or you never see him maybe off to the side, you know,
he's in control.
out of position. Just always centered on the bike, exactly, putting both wheels in the traction. Look at it.
He opens it up.
Perfect form.
3.5 seconds. 2 seconds quicker that time around for Evan Ferry. He is trying to demoralize him right now. Just check out.
Yeah, as you said, there's been a lot of talk about the matchup. You know, we haven't been on neutral ground. He's been hurt. He hasn't been healthy. And right here, it's as fair as it gets. And both of these guys have a point to prove.
They're going so fast. The front number plate about to blow off the number 35 of Colin Allen. We'll get another one. Yamaha's got a whole slew of them back there. So fast with that hole shot, blew the front number plate off there of Colin Allen's bike. Yep, Logan Best up to the number 3 spot. He's worked his way into 3rd. Finesse gonna have to dig deeper. Maybe he's thinking championship, stay in the number 2 spot. What do you see? What do you see, Miguel?
Well, I see Crockett Myers turning 201s when the guys ahead of him are 202, 203. Got to get back up to Best to hit those 201s again. And when you look behind Smearden's turned that 201 as well, and a good bit quicker than Steven, so maybe he's picked up that spot. I haven't seen the pass take place yet. But
those are good calls because Myers was outside of the top 10. Now he's up to 6.
Yeah, there's some quick guys back here. And again, Pepper's on a 202 right now, so he's a good bit quicker than a lot of riders ahead of him as well.
That is Myers coming into the view there, I believe.
You go.
Holy cow.
Yeah. And look
the number 6 is right there. It's a 3-way battle. 4th, 5th, and 6th right there on your shot. Crockett Myers is on the move.
With 12 and a half minutes to
go. He's got top 5 aspirations, no doubt about it, considering he was outside the top 10. His dad, man. Oh, there's a bobble by Allen. New life for everybody. Will Ott will go around him. I believe Allen tries to come to life and hold him off. Might still be able to claim that 4th place spot as he crossroads all the way out of there. Scrubs. Now they're both going to have to hit this big triple in formation there.
They do.
And Crockett Myers watching those guys slug it out. Crockett with the big number 6 on the bike. That means he finished 6th last year in this class.
Allen, I tell you what, he dodged a bullet right there.
He sure did.
Absolutely.
He's had a wild one here. He's had a couple of mistakes there, but Colin Allen in the hunt for sure. He looks over. He's worried all about Willott. Willott is all over Colin Allen. He's going to move something here. Going to go around the outside perhaps. That'll do it.
Yeah, you can see Colin Allen got rattled. He dropped back to a 204 that time around. And
it doesn't get any easier because the number 6 is lurking behind him.
Things are just going to get worse right now.
Crockett Myers, here he comes. He's fresh off a broke collarbone or something. He's only been on the bike for just a month or so. So
right.
Props to Crockett. Crockett and Tubbs there. So going into the 10 Commandments, Allen goes outside. He drags Crockett Myers with him. They'll double, triple out. Maybe, yeah, you double and then double out.
I got to tell you, you're going to start seeing these guys move to that outside line. You know, you have to keep the track short, using as many of those insides as they can, but man, they're really starting to get beat deep right now.
Who's picking the bike up?
A lot of hooks, yeah, there you go.
Who was that? Was that Logan Best picking the motorcycle up? It is the 95 of Logan Best. So he will give up a few spots. So no one is immune to the bug here.
Can't say
the sickness.
Yeah, can't say for sure, but it could have been when he was laying in one of those big inside ruts. Did he grab a foot peg? Did we, lose the front end in there deep? So,
dude, that is why you train on that stuff. You don't see racetracks like this back home very often. And if you do, you better embrace the suck, as they call it, because it's not fun. It's hard. And doing it out here and being successful requires those hot, long days back at the practice track with those ginormous ruts.
Yeah, you got to get to the suffer. Kevin. A lot of guys got in their ride, you know, but you got to get to the suffer. You got to get to the point where you feel it, where it hurts, and suffer a little more. That's exactly what it takes. Leaders.
So where's Crockett Myers? There is the number. Yeah, I lost Myers on that go-round. Not in front of us. So one of the fastest riders on the racetrack having a rough lap, slips back to 7th, and he's going to keep falling and tumbling down there until we pick him back up.
Ferry increasing the gap that time around 4.3, turning a 2:0.3 to the 2:01.2.
That's a statement ride right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't hear the noise. He doesn't listen. Not hearing it.
Smeared and hanging right around that 5th position. I mean, look at him. He's turning a 2:02. Ahead of him, you've got 2:11s, 2:06s.
I can almost hear the thud of these motorcycles. If you could just hear them when they land over them. I'm not kidding.
No, it's the truth. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Wow. And we're probably a good 150 yards from over there. You just hear the reverberation.
It's an absolute thud.
So there's Ferry. Picture perfect form there. Out in the number 1 spot. Greg Geisler peeking in here, checking on some of his guys. There's Finesse in the number 2 spot. Willott is 3rd. Colin Allen 4th. Logan Best is 5th. Crockett Myers back to 8th. So pretty rough lap for him. He turned to 2:15. So obviously something happened on that go around.
Kevin, we're right at these 2-minute laps. 8.5 minutes to go. 5 laps in. So it tells you, we're going to be right there at that 10 laps. I got to tell you, who's going to be able to maintain this pace? We've got several guys that look like they're still improving their lap times, sitting in that 6th, 7th position. Again, taking a look at Noah Spirit in a 2:02 last time around compared to the 2:11, 2:06 in front of him. So, going to be interesting to see with 8 minutes to go, 2 minutes a lap. Plenty of racing left right here, and who's going to make the mistake? Who's going to feel the pressure?
Say it, Jason Wygant. So this class...
They've really matched each other. If you look, Ferry got that early gap. He got it to 3.4. And then since then, Finesse has basically matched him. Lead is 3.7 right now. Last time around, 0.3 quicker for Ferry. So he's just inching away, or they're matching each other. But he really got that advantage on the first 3 laps.
And look at their best lap times. Both of them 1:57. They just ran a matching 2. So he can do whatever he does.
I think the biggest was 4.1 was the biggest of the gap.
Okay.
And like you said,
so
Finesse.
It's a little bit smaller.
Yeah, and Finesse bringing it in.
Yep. Ferry trying to respond. There he is in that Rockstar Husqvarna. Evan Ferry getting away. See Finesse trying to keep him honest back there. Every time you see him, he's still close enough. If Ferry makes a mistake, it's not a huge lead, that's for sure.
Yeah, not big enough to crash. Pick the bike up, start it back up again. Not an electric start 2-stroke just yet.
Ferry, a little look over the shoulder.
Caught that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Just marking him.
Yep.
Really cool hanging out here at Loretta. It's one of the traditions. I saw, Ryan Villapoto, as we know, was here. He was doing pace laps. He's been on the infield watching things today. Chad Reed is here with the whole family. Scouting, he said. Scouting. Might be a racing family somewhere down the road at this event, but Chad's hanging out now. And, of course, we don't need to say much about the Ferry family. They're all in with the racing these days.
Nick Way's here with his kids doing work. Josh Grant, I believe, out here with his kid.
Oh, really? Okay.
Wes Kane with a few of his kids out here.
Doesn't even know him yet.
He just met him.
Yep.
Hey, Dad.
Yep. They introduce themselves.
2005. I remember now.
They come up and introduce themselves. Ah, blonde hair.
There's Evan Ferry up and over. Speaking of the Tunnel of Love, he will continue on in here as we work our way towards the 5-minute mark.
There.
Yeah, who was that?
Bike problem. Probably catch a number. Was it 22? Caden Smith, perhaps?
What is guess? We'll scare his family to death.
Just a bike problem. He's not hurt. Just a bike problem. Next up on the gate, we're bringing some heat now. This class highly anticipated, the one on track right now, the 125 BC. But we'll have 250 Pro Sport and 250B coming up after this.
Let's do it. But Logan Best trying to recover from a radical lap there a few laps ago. He's back up to the number 4 spot. Noah Smearden 5th, Colin Allen 6th, Stevens, Nelson, and Blake Gardner, Landon Hart's round out your top 10. Crockett Myers all the way back to 14th now. Dang. So 5 minutes to go, and it's been a great moto for Evan Ferry. He got around Colin Allen and has not, well, he has looked back, but literally he's looked back, but figuratively he has not looked back from that position. Looking forward, working his way through lap traffic, checking in on his Instagram story when he's got a little time in the air. I've seen him pull out the phone. I don't recommend that. Got those new touch screen gloves that will help you. Yeah, got it on the dashboard there. The heads-up display on that Rockstar Husqvarna, really an advantage for him. And all the while, Finesse has got it down to a 2.9 second gap now around the big sweeper. So Finesse not out of this thing.
Oh, yeah, we are anticipating this battle between them. We might have it right now.
There is
and
Finesse.
Yellow flags out.
We will drop down, going to work their way around that lap. Ryder, get out of the way. Here we go. So he's not going to make it easy for the 75 of Evan Ferry.
Woo! Ferry got a little sideways right before the face of that jump and a little mistake on the landing. So Finesse putting a hook in him right now.
He's close.
This last couple laps.
There it is.
Ferry
That's
stalls.
the bobble. The mistake there, and Finesse will go around him. How about that? He didn't quite, it just hit a neutral and had to put it back in gear, almost tipped over. Now we've got a battle. The heart rate up to about 230 now for Evan Ferry.
Oh, didn't stall.
Did not stall it. Hit neutral.
Heard some riders talk about that. You might come into that corner first or second gear, and that shifter gets bumped by a rut. You go into neutral. So right now, Mark Finesse, this is what he needed.
That's why you keep charging. You put the pressure. You hope something like that happens. And now Evan Ferry comes up short on the triple. He tries to triple out. I have not seen him do that. So Evan Ferry pulling out all the stops. He's side-by-side lap rider, and he's in the number one spot. He makes the pass back around Finesse.
Unbelievable. What a comeback. Literally, Finesse got him and pulled away, and then Ferry reeled him back in, and this all happened in one lap.
Wow, Evan Ferry. What? Just immediately, that's what you tell a guy. You go right back at him. Don't let him get comfortable. Go.
That's the key, the response right away. It has to be immediate. You're not going to be any fresher than the moment it happens, okay?
And he is now pulling away. We might look at this lap. He might have the same lead that he had at the beginning of the lap, even though he stalled.
Even though he got passed.
Yeah, stalled, got passed. Or sorry, hit neutral and got passed. His lead is going to be the same by the end of this lap.
That's silly.
Look at this. He's increasing it by the corner right now.
No chance of gamesmanship here, right?
No.
We don't do that, right?
This is not Bubba and Chad Reed.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, none of that. All right.
No, that's that would be Timmy and Ezra Luss back in the day here. Pair of Team Green Riders.
Look at this. This is impressive.
Cow.
I mean, absolutely impressive.
I don't understand this. Let's see. The gap was 2.4.
It's 4 seconds probably now.
It's going to be a bigger gap now. Now you have to wonder if Mark here in the number 2 spot, maybe he ran into some sort of problem, maybe with the bike or something. White flag is out, and Ferry's lead is, 2 seconds bigger than it was, even though he's hit neutral on that lap.
That's how you do it. You hit neutral, get past, and you can take a breath because your lead got bigger.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
But the real key, look at Finesse. Their best laps were 157s. He just ran a 206.
Yeah, so that was with all the errors.
So once he got the lead,
couldn't do much with it.
It lost his rhythm or whatever it might be.
That was that.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
So they're going to go see that guy tonight, the mental coach, and let him break that down because that was wild.
Believe me, there's going to be a full house there tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. Colin Allen will be credited with the whole shot, but it looks like Ferry Finesse and Logan Best, who crashed and will still finish on the podium. Logan Best crashed and will finish on the podium. Finesse had problems. He'll finish on the podium. Evan Ferry stalled the bike, so that is the key. You either crash or stall the motorcycle. That's the keys to the victory. That's Grant Langston. Okay, you want to stall the bike, crash perhaps, and you'll finish on the box.
Matt Walker's going to have them throwing bikes on the ground next week.
Yeah,
he's going to have them dragging them to a stall.
Who's that? Who is on the ground? Is that Timmy Ferry? Evan Ferry is on the ground, stuck on the bike.
That is not.
Evan Ferry has crashed. He's lost multiple positions. Unbelievable last 2 laps. Evan's going to try to fire that motorcycle up, and now this whole thing has just changed. Jason Weiga, Evan Ferry just picked himself. He was stuck under the motorcycle. Let's have a look. Here's the replay. Into the left-hander. The front end just tucks. Just a lapse. I think he was looking at the number 11 in front of him, trying to change that line.
He was going to jump ruts, I believe, is what he wanted to do.
Because he was in the same line as him.
Yes,
Unbelievable last 2 laps.
And his head landed under the seat and side panel, Kevin.
So now it's Finesse, Best, and maybe Ferry, but perhaps it'll be smeared on the box. We'll have to see.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
And I mean, in the blink of an eye, when we say that term.
No, we were looking at each other, and then he was on the ground.
Yes. Oh, my goodness.
So the checker flag will fall for the number 51 of Finnis. Unbelievable. Mark Finnis will take the moto win. We'll look back, and it's going to be Evan Ferry will hold on to second place. Even though he was under the bike, Evan Ferry fell, stuck under the bike, still gets up in time to finish second. And we're looking for maybe the number 95. I don't know at this point.
That was absolutely incredible, Kevin. I want to say he was looking at his air filter.
He was.
He was underneath inspecting the airbox, man.
Adjusting the clutch with his mouthpiece.
His legs were kicking in an effort to try to get some momentum and get him out from under that bike.
You don't train for that.
I'm stunned by what we just saw, man.
You don't train for that.
No. Like that Walker's going to have guys laying under bikes next week.
Throw the bike on top of him, fight your way out.
Toss it on him.
He'll lay the parents on top of the bike, get out from under that bike. All right, the top three, it's Finnis, Ferry, and Best. Unbelievable finish there. We'll get ready for Jason Wygant. I'm sure that's going to be lots to listen to.
What didn't happen in that moto would probably be an easier way to review it. Saw Evan Ferry's granddad up there, and he's like, I don't even want to look. I don't even want to look, because if I do, something bad is going to happen. And then I see Tim Ferry walk by, and he says, yeah, he just went down. So there you go. Evan Ferry had a neutral, lost the lead, got it back, goes down the last lap, and you got to give credit. Yeah, making it happen, and that's why you put that pressure on. It paid off. Let's see if Mark's got enough in it to throw it on the stand. Wow, that was a wild moto, but I'll tell you what, when you don't give up, good things happen. He stayed in it. He took advantage. Mark Finnis is your moto winner. Well, it was a strange deal. You were matching or you were catching, then he lost the lead, then he got you back, then you end up with the win. That was a crazy moto. What was going on from your perspective?
Well, hold the gate pick, 21, I was right by the box. Got a pretty bad jump, but I just was on the fender hanging it off, and I got like top 4 on the start, and then got into second, and about a half lap, and was trying to pace Ferry, try to stalk him, and then I just started catching him just a little bit, and then he fell, got around him, and I was like, oh my God.
It almost looked that way. Did it catch up to you all of a sudden, like, I'm in the lead?
Yeah, when I heard him behind me, I was like, oh, I'm in first. Okay. And then arm pump set in just right then. Been struggling with arm pump for a little bit now. But, yeah, I saw him stuck underneath the bike. I was like, oh, I'll take it.
There we go. All right, should be some good battles throughout the week. Who do you want to thank, Mark?
My mom, my dad, Nate, KTM Horse Brigade, Fly Racing, Scott Goggles, Caleb Tennant, Alpine Star, Scott Goggles, Lynx Racing, Epica, Dunlop, and everyone else I forgot.
First one of these golds?
Yes, and this is my 5th year of being here. So
stepping up the game, but you've really stepped it up. First ever gold medal to Mark Finnis. That's what you love to see, that progression year in, year out, making the gains, and it's an emotional win for him. An emotional second place, I'm sure, will bring Evan Ferry on up to take the silver. Had the lead twice in that moto. These guys are spent, not just physically, but that battle of going back and forth. We'll get Evan Ferry on up and talk to our second place finisher. And Logan Best had his ups and downs in that moto, and he was able to recover to finish up in third. I believe it was Colin Allen with the hole shot. Correct me if I'm wrong. Colin Allen, I think, had our hole shot, so we'll give him that award as well. Well, it was almost a perfect moto. Evan Ferry did what he needed to do. He got the early lead. He pulled away. He was maintaining it. Then we had some come around the front here, Evan. Saw some mistakes. Hit neutral over there, and then I don't even know what happened in the last lap. So, silver medal, let's hear it for Evan Ferry. Bro, what didn't happen in that moto? Everything happened.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good race straight from the start, and then me and him passed each other like once, I think, and then got him back, and then it was a really fun race, and then just had some lappers. Some guy just came all the way from the inside and just took my line away, and I just hit the ground, and the bike was on top of me. Just couldn't do much about it.
Silver's all right for the title. You okay, though?
I don't know, we'll see.
All right. Fighting it back. Let me just let you thank some people real quick, buddy.
The whole Rockstar Energy Husqvarna Factory Racing team, and everybody that helped me get here.
All right. Easy some pain. Evan Ferry digging deep for a silver. We'll see what that does for the week. Great effort, Evan. And Logan Best has a story to tell as well. Had him in the number 3 spot, lost a few spots, came all the way back for 3rd. So let's give the bronze to the number 95 Yamaha man, Logan Best. Salvage a 3rd, man. It was pretty crazy.
Salvage is right. I got a really good start, got a nice 3rd place start, but ended up making a few mistakes and ended up falling, which is unfortunate. But got a top 3, so we're happy. And my trainers at South of the Border really helped me out a lot, but we're really excited. So being a young kid in the class, we're happy about it.
Good things are coming. Who do you want to thank, Logan?
My mom and dad, Triangle Cycles, Yamaha, Thor, SOB, Dunlop, Rob Fox, and Jeff Cernick over there. They helped me out a lot. JMS Motors, GYTR, Factory Connection Suspension, ODI bars, 100% goggles for clear vision, Monster Army, Moto E, Alpine Star, Parts Unlimited, FMF, Asterix, MX Tire, and Watch Perfection.
All right. Logan Best, 3rd place.